Would you rather kiss me or kiss the prettiest girl in the world for $1 million?
$1 million to kiss the prettiest girl in the world.
Yes.
Do I get $1 million if I kiss you?
No, you only get $1 million if you kiss the prettiest girl in the world.
Well, obviously I'd pick the prettiest girl in the world and get $1 million. We'd be rich.
Yes, we would. But did you think to say, I'm the prettiest girl in the world?
But you're not. You're not, and that's okay.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Single, Married, Separated, Divorced and Single Again. And obviously I always say, for me, Jehovah, married again. I have to say my eyes are looking better. That's why I don't have the glasses, but you can see here that, you know, I still have like the marks of, you know, what's going on. Remember, this whole channel was actually created because I got divorced and obviously I was single again. And yes, I believe in marriage, and I was definitely ready to put my swimming lessons to work, in the sense of like diving into the deep blue sea. You know, you got to take a risk. You know, we are discussing another topic today, but I'm gonna tell you that this thing of people saying you need to be careful when it comes to love, because you know, you never know, they're gonna disappoint me. Me and another sister of mine, her name is Vakotora, we actually believe in full blown love, meaning that, you know what, you love, you get hurt, you go down a little bit, recharge, go back and laugh. I personally don't believe that I have to laugh halfway. I'm a passionate lover, very, very passionate, and I don't actually believe in loving or being careful in love because maybe I'm gonna get hurt. Who goes into something to believe that maybe something wrong is gonna happen just because something happened in the past? I don't walk in life having that kind of attitude. Remember, to me, the glass is half full than half empty. Most people take the glass being half empty. No, I don't. If the glass is this way, it's actually half full. And that's how I go in life. For example, most people will go like, oh my God, it's so good, it can be true. I take it, it's so good, it must be true. Yes, it's so good. Good thing has to happen for a child of God, for you as a child of God. And I personally believe that. And to be quite honest, I have went through circumstances, you know, that God took me out of. But to be quite honest, I feel like blessings has been following me like insanely. So I don't believe in this thing of, you know, loving halfway and so on. Because you know what? You guys who love that way, do you know what you miss? You miss the adrenaline that goes through your body when you love wholeheartedly. Like, and also the benefit of that. The benefit of loving wholeheartedly, it's actually almost like making your body to invent itself again, like rebuild itself. Like, that's why my skin is this good. My skin, God has obviously blessed me with a beautiful skin. I am happy about it. I'm very thankful. Also, the fact that I've never drank, I've never smoked, probably contribute to that. But I feel like it's also the way I take things in life. I'm very extremely positive. Like, I remember one of my friend, Pastor Emma, you know, when we talk about something and I say this is going to happen and so on, she will ask me, okay, my sister, what we are talking about now, is it like reality or is it faith? Because what she seems to suggest in that question is that my faith was kind of so much reality that I didn't differentiate the two. If I believe that God is going to do something, I was not going to act like, oh no, I believe this by faith. It was a done deal to me. That's how I live my life, and I've been amazing. It has been amazing. So you know, I love long explanation, but it's because I want you to get it. So today we're gonna obviously talk about something very important that has to do with how we are different from men, how men see things differently and we see things differently. So welcome back to our dating channel. Okay, welcome back. So today's topic is gonna be very interesting because it's all about, I think it's a topic that's gonna help when you are in a relationship, whether that's a relationship leading maybe towards marriage or whatever that relationship is, or whether you are in a marriage already and you're struggling with this, because I think most people probably struggling with this because it's something that I think it's a difference between how women respond on things and how men respond on things. And I think because we are so different, sometimes if we don't understand those differences, we're gonna have a lot of problems. And I know that most people think I'm taking the side of men. I'm not. It's because, like, let me be honest, women are very, very complicated in general. We are probably made that way by God. We have to blame God in that sense, but we are very complicated, and I'm gonna share what I mean by that. It's so hilarious. I'm gonna use probably me and my husband examples, and even some of the examples of people that I dated before. Actually, it's so funny because I can't even get over it. Just realizing it, and I think when you realize it, it's gonna help your relationship, because now that I realize it, I'm actually very kind of cautious about, you know, what I ask my husband and all that. Anyway, so first of all is, have you listened to the questions that we ask our men? Like, seriously. So for example, when a woman says something like, how do I look, sweetheart? Do I look fat? Especially when they know they've gained. It's a trap. Son of Adam, whatever you answer, you're going to be in trouble. For example, if you say, oh no, you don't, you look perfect, you don't look fit, then the woman is going to come with, what do you mean I don't look fit? But I've gained. So is this some kind of joke? Like, you don't want to tell me the truth anymore? And then if you answer, for example, that, yeah, I think you've gained a lot. Oh, so you have been seeing these skinny girls on the streets, right? And now apparently I'm fat. Did you forget that I gave birth to your 2 children? Did you forget that? This sounds hilarious, but this can lead to a really serious fight, because we women seems to actually turn that into a real fight. And that's why I said I'm gonna use my own examples of how I wanted to turn that into a fight. Like, literally. Yeah, I said my ass is not, completely there. Anyway, so for example, when I was dating the Haitian king is obviously someone or part of the 3 men that when I got divorced, after that, you know, obviously I was kind of like making sure that I put time in my schedule to be able to actually make time for a man in my life, because like I said, I was not apologetic about wanting to put the love, because I feel like I'm too loving. Like, I have a lot of love in me that can only be shared with somebody from the opposite side, and there was no way I'm gonna hold it and say, oh no, I'm gonna put that on my children. I love my children to the like highest extent, but the love that you have for a man is obviously different from that of the love for your children. So I met a lot of men. I actually met one Jamaican. He was very soft, and that's actually why I let him go, because he was too soft for me. Like, I'm not into like that kind of, you know, softness. So that Jamaican didn't make it for, and I know you guys know that Jamaicans are known for being kind of rough, but there's a lot of soft Jamaicans. In fact, I have my pastor, Mr. Alan Todd, is a Jamaican, and is very, very soft, both him and his wife. So I actually used them as an example in one of the videos that I talk about the alpha female, the alpha males and all that. So most people misunderstood the alpha male for being a man who's like very controlling and so on. No. It's just a man who knows what he wants, who is not apologetic about knowing exactly, like an alpha male, as I said, as I use it as an example. I said it's a man that can meet you today and next week they want to get married to you, because they don't have these things of dating you for 3 years apparently before they know what they want. They know exactly what they want. That's why most of my men that I was involved with are alpha males. Like, I say most, obviously. Anyway, so I had these 3 men, and the Haitian king was part of this race. So I dated the Haitian king because I had 3 men that I had to choose from, but specifically the Haitian king came first in that sense, because he's in Canada and I didn't want a distant relationship. The two other men, the South African king, he's South African, Zimbabwean anyway, and the Cameroonian king, they were living in South Africa. Remember I told you the story that the Cameroonian king moved from South Africa after living there for 15 years because I told him that I was not going to deal with baby mamas. And it's important, you might not know the whole insight or details of why I didn't want to deal with the South African baby mamas, but there's a lot of things there that's going on with South African women and foreigners, and how sometimes you can get out of that relationship, especially if you go into another relationship, especially if you have a business. So in that case, it becomes a thing of like, okay, if I can have you, then no one else can have you. So I'm like, okay, if you are not in that relationship anymore, it doesn't matter. They don't let you go. As soon as you get somebody else, that person is in trouble. So I didn't want this entanglement that was happening between Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. So I'm like, you know what, move to Cameroon. So that's why he became the Cameroonian king. He's Cameroonian, but he was living in South Africa. So one day, out of the blue, I asked the Haitian king those sort of questions that I was using as an example. So I'm like, let me say you are not dating me and I walk past you like this. Would you actually ask me out? Like, would you approach me? And the Haitian king was like, no, I won't approach you. So, and I'm like, but why? Why would you not approach me? And he's like, well, to be quite honest, I don't know. Because remember, we met on the dating site. So that's why I had to ask that question. But you know, why are you asking those type of questions? You guys are dating. What's the problem? Like, seriously. And then, so it's like, to be quite honest, I would probably not be able to approach you because I don't know, you look like almost not approachable. And it's true, like, I send these vibes especially when I'm walking, like, you know what, I'm not, like, don't, like, especially to men, I think, like, don't approach me unless you are really, you know. So I'm like, really? So you will allow a beautiful woman to walk past you just because you think she's unapproachable? So he was like, the thing is, honestly speaking, I don't know, but I think he was actually used to women actually approaching him. That's what I think it was too. Yeah, but because he's obviously a very handsome man and so on. So I think he got used to being spoiled and so on. But it's like, I don't know, but definitely I don't think I would have approached you. You're very beautiful and so on. And I'm getting to know you, have a beautiful character, but definitely I wouldn't have approached you because you're unapproachable. Obviously, I left it at that. But do you know that some women will actually take it to the extent of like, why, you know, all those things. And it becomes a fight. Let me tell you about my own husband. So eventually, obviously, me and the Haitian king, it didn't work out. I think this is like some of those relationships that died because of time, because we didn't really, he was a workaholic and we used to meet on Saturdays. You know, we made Saturdays a day because obviously during the week everybody is busy and so on. But the Saturday was killed because I now had King David going to basketball on Saturdays. So those Saturdays just couldn't work out, and eventually it just didn't work out. But honestly speaking, he was a very good man. If I had to write references, I can write a good reference for that man, honestly speaking. But eventually it died a kind of a slow death where we didn't really officially say we were not dating anymore. It's just, you know, it just go mute and so on. Hi darling, hi baby, you know, all those, and that's it. Now, the reason I chose between to be quite honest, to eventually choose the Cameroonian king, the reason I actually didn't choose him before was obviously because we are the same, and most people say opposite attracts. Don't be confused by that, because you know what, we are actually the same people. He has never drank, he has never touched alcohol, he has never smoked, and we are passionate about businesses. Like seriously, we are so the same. I think the part where we are not the same is the way he approach things, or he approach arguments or conflict. I don't know. Like in the incident that happened that I was discussing in my 2 previous videos about, you know, this person that, because I did describe the person, I said I told him how I know the person. He said, you know what, I don't know why people have this sometimes, because you're such a kind person. I've seen you how you treat people and so on. Why does she have anything against you? Why would she? And you said she's almost 13 or 14 years older than you. So what's going on? Like, seriously. And then he said, I was obviously waiting for him to say, what should I do? And he was like, you know what, just leave her. Don't even do anything. Don't respond to her. Just ignore her. And I'm like, sweetheart, I do listen to you, but there's some things that I have to take my own decision, and this is one of them, because there's no way I'm going to leave this lady like that, because, you know, as soon as you allow them, they think now they have the platform to actually insult you the way they want, yet everybody has their path. So I'm not going to allow that. I'm going to actually confront that, and she's going to know I know about her, because I have the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit, guess what? Most people don't think this. The Holy Spirit actually gives you a video. For me personally, the Holy Spirit actually showed me a video of what the person doing against me. Most of the time, most people were surprised, how did you know about this and this? Because the Holy Spirit showed me. The Holy Spirit did show me who that person is, because I wasn't even sure myself. He did show me who it was, and he put the points, point 1, 2, and 3, why he know it's this. And obviously he's God, so I know exactly that it was the person. And funny of all, obviously after that, there's trolling stop, right? So yeah, it means in a way she is a good person, so I left it at that. We are continuing because I think this clip is gonna be long, so I'm gonna divide it in a part 1 and part 2 so that we don't miss the point. So from me, Jehovah, let's close it here, and please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe so that you can, you know, be notified when we do a video.